Ever heard someone scream, VTEC just kicked in, yo, and wondered what the heck that even means? This is Karjay, and today we're diving deep into one of the coolest engine technologies ever made, named VTEC. From how it works to why it's so legendary, this is the full story behind Honda's most famous invention. But before we start, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more awesome explanations. Let's get started. Alright, so we're gonna be going section by section. And at first, we have section 1. What is VTEC? Alright, so let's start simple. VTEC stands for Variable Valve Timing and Lift Electronic Controller, or variable. Variable. It's a system developed by Honda in the late 80s to make engines both powerful and efficient, which by the way was a pretty big deal back then. Normally, engines have to choose between being fuel efficient or powerful. You can't really have both at the same time, but Honda's engineers said, why not both? And that's where VTEC came in. Section 2. How engines work. To understand VTEC, you first gotta know what a valve does. In an engine, valves open and close to let air and fuel in and push exhaust gases out. The way these valves move depends on something called the camshaft, which controls how much and how long the valves open. Now here's the issue. The perfect valve timing for low-speed driving isn't the same as for high-speed racing. At low RPMs, you want smooth, small movements to save your fuel. But at high RPMs, you need the valves to open wider and longer to get more air in, and that means more power. Section 3. The genius of VTEC. So Honda came up with a genius idea. Why not give the engine two different camshaft profiles? One for calm, fuel-efficient driving, and one for when you want to unleash full power. That's where the magic happens. At lower RPMs, your engine uses the mild cam profile, meaning smaller valve lifts for smooth driving and better mileage. But once the RPM hits a certain level, usually around 5,000 to 6,000, a special pin inside the camshaft locks the system into the performance cam profile. And that's when people say, VTEC just kicked in! Because the car suddenly feels like it got a turbo boost. It's not actually a turbo though. It's just smart mechanical engineering giving you two personalities in one engine. Section 4. Why it's so legendary. VTEC isn't just a fancy feature, it literally defined Honda's identity. Cars like the Integra Type R, Civic Si, and the S2K became icons because of how thrilling they felt once VTEC kicked in. You could drive calmly to work, and then with just a press of a pedal, unleash pure racing vibes. That sudden surge of power, that change in engine sound, it's addictive, and it all happens without using any turbochargers or superchargers, just brilliant valve control. Section 5. Evolution of VTEC. Over time, Honda kept upgrading the VTEC system. There's iVTEC, which adds computer control to adjust valve timing even more precisely. Then came VTEC Turbo, where they combined turbocharging with VTEC's efficiency. Basically, Honda turned what started as a clever mechanical trick into a symbol of innovation that's still used today, even in their hybrid and performance cars. Section 6. The sound of VTEC. One more thing people love about VTEC, that sound. When the system switches profiles, the engine note changes, it gets louder, sharper, and meaner. It's like the car saying, alright, let's go. So yeah, that's VTEC, Honda's way of giving you two engines in one. Efficient when you want to chill, powerful when you want to fly. The next time you hear someone yell, VTEC just kicked in, you'll know exactly what's happening under the hood. Drop a like if you learned something new and subscribe for more deep dives like this one only on CarJ. See you later.